Start Peninsula. This is something we've been doing for, gosh, a long, long time. I think that this is year 14 since we have started doing this. We continue to evolve this program. It started off as a weekend pitch competition where we would get 30 companies that would pitch their idea on a Friday night. They would work on that business all weekend long. They would pitch their business again from a field that was narrowed down from 30 to 10. Those 10 would then pitch their business Sunday night, talking about the progress they made. Then we would name three winners. Times have changed over the course of the past 10, 12, 13 years. So we continue to evolve this program into what it is today. And that is what we are going to talk about. So what is Start Peninsula? Start Peninsula is a platform to validate your business. So if you have that thing that wakes you up in the middle of the night, like, gosh, wouldn't it be cool if we could start a business that, that did this thing or that thing? This is where you start. And really what this comes down to is we do not want people to quit their jobs. We don't want people to max out credit cards. We don't want to see people taking out second mortgages on their home and then start this business and then realize they're either one, not solving a problem, or they're solving a problem that nobody cares about. So this is a way to validate that, hey, this is the idea that I have. And then you pitch that idea to a panel of judges and you get some feedback and you get that initial indication of success that this is something that is worth pursuing. So this is that is what this is designed for. So we'll dig into this a little bit deeper. Everything that you have, everything is going to be on startpeninsula.com to find more information. But that said, I'm just going to mute somebody quickly. Yes, if you have a business already, that you can do that as well. We'll get into that here in a second. So who can participate? Hampton Roads, you must be within Hampton Roads. Your business must be within Hampton Roads or within the 757 region. So that when your business opens. So this Start Peninsula is made possible because of the generosity of the city of Hampton, Newport News, Poquoson, James City County, York County, city of Williamsburg. They all provide the funding to make this program possible. It is opened up to all of the businesses across Hampton Roads. So Norfolk can participate, Virginia Beach can participate, or if the founder understands, hey, I want to participate, and when my business opens, I will be in Hampton Roads or on the peninsula, then they can participate as well. Anyone with a business idea or an early stage business. So that goes to the question that was asked in terms of what if you have a business already? Yes, you can participate, but we want you to be an early stage business. And what do I mean by that is no prior accelerator companies, or you should not have raised or received capital. We want this to be a pretty level playing field. So if you've already gone to a business accelerator, for example, and a business accelerator, for those that aren't aware, that is a intensive, typically 12 to 16 week program to get you ready to raise capital from angel investors or venture capital. Typically, when you're accepted to an accelerator, you receive, it could be anywhere from $20,000 to $25,000 in an initial funding for an exchange of your typically 7% of your company. At that point, you have validated your business to get into an accelerator. So to go back into this program, we don't accept companies that have already participated in accelerators or received capital for that reason. You've already gone through the validation stage. We are looking for scalable businesses. We are looking for businesses that are disrupting the status quo. We want high growth. And what we mean by that, that is in terms of the amount of revenue that you're capable of generating or the number of employees that you could possibly hire. So just to recap, located within Hampton Roads, will be in Hampton Roads when your business opens. Anyone with an early stage, with an idea or an early stage business, no prior accelerator, no capital raised, and it has to be a scalable business. I guess to further define a scalable business, we are not necessarily looking for a company that, hey, I want to open a one-person nail salon or a one-person insurance agency. We want something that can grow into something much more substantial, something that is disrupting that status quo, that is on the front end of something that is going to become much bigger. So that is what we're looking for. We've been really successful in terms of what we've been able to do from a success standpoint. So we've had one deal on Shark Tank. That was, gosh, I'm thinking back, it was with Mark Cuban, Lori, and a guest judge. We have had companies then go on to join accelerators. So 14 accelerator graduates, that number continues to keep on climbing because you go through something like this and you have that validation. It tells you this is how I need to, that I should keep on going. We introduce you to where you need to go to next, the people you should talk to. The very first winner that we had was Buskey Cider. In year one, they have gone on and they are now the second largest apple cidery in Virginia. So great job to Will. He had no idea what a cidery, a hard apple cider, what that would even look like. He pitched the idea, he stuck with it, and he continues to do great things. We had a White House appearance back several years ago when there was an entrepreneurship day or week. So we continue to hustle hard, and we have surpassed $34 million in capital raised. So that includes people that have raised rounds through angel investors, through grants, through being accepted into accelerators. But one of those companies was Instant Teams. They went on, they raised their seed round and they raised their Series A round. Their Series A round alone, that was, I believe, 12 or $13 million that they were able to raise because they got the validation that they needed. They stuck with it. And they continue to do great things. So what is the process when it comes to participating in Start Peninsula? You have to apply to pitch. So startpeninsula.com, go there, hit apply to pitch. We will approve. We'll take a look at that application, assuming that everything is approved. Things that we're looking for is what I talked about in the beginning. We want to make sure that you're located within Hampton Roads. We want to make sure that this is something that is above board in terms of this is a business that all the localities can get behind and back and be proud of that. The funding that you will receive if you are a winner, this is money that comes from the local jurisdictions. So we need to make sure that everything is on the up and up, if you know what I mean. We just need to make sure that when it has to pass the local headline test, that we are proud to back those companies. Once your application is approved, you need to purchase a pitch ticket. And I put purchase in quotes because I'll outline these steps, but if you follow the steps, your money will then be refunded to you to make sure so this is essentially free. If you attend Pitch Perfect, we'll talk about what Pitch Perfect is. Attend Pitch Perfect, then you go on to the micro pitch, and if you do those things, then chances are you will be able to attend the final pitch event that takes place in November. We're going to dive into all this stuff a little bit deeper, but this is essentially the start to finish of what that looks like. So you applied, you're approved, you've never pitched before. I mentioned Pitch Perfect. What is that? Pitch Perfect, we will teach you everything that you need to know about pitching. We do this in a really, really low threat environment. This is, you don't have to have anything even prepared before you go to something like this. We will outline what goes into that pitch, and we ask people literally to while we do this, take a pen and paper and to start writing down the answers to those questions. And then at the end, once we've gone through all the curriculum, then you can literally just read out loud the things that you have written down. And then that is the start of your pitch. So very low threat environment. It allows you to if you have a pitch, great. Will allow you to practice that pitch, and then we will give feedback. Pitch Perfect is given by me and Gary Plague. I look at everything from a business standpoint. I have worked with thousands of founders over the course of the last 14 years. I have helped companies and founders raise millions of dollars of funding. I have also transitioned into the angel investing role. So I have invested in many, many companies myself. And then Gary looks at everything from a performance standpoint. So he is a communications coach, and he will help you with that performance side. So together, the two of us, we take the business side, we take the performance side, we bring those things together. And as a result, 7 out of the 10 finalists, they have attended Pitch Perfect. And then 2 out of the 3 winners in November, they also have attended Pitch Perfect. So we will work with you to make sure that your pitch is in the best position that it possibly can be in. It is really fascinating to me to watch the evolution take place from someone who's like, I just have an idea, to then seeing them perform at a micro pitch event and then go on to see them perform at the championship pitch event in November. It is many versions, many iterations. We will invite those founders to send us a copy of of the pitch. You can do that in Word format. You can send us an audio file. You can send us a video file. And then we'll give you some feedback, and we will just continue to reconstruct and make some changes and make sure that we hit everything that needs to be hit, and people do really well. So in terms of what are those Pitch Perfect dates, we have 4 of those. Well, technically we have 5. We have 4 dates that are set and open to the public. So we purposely do these 2 weeks prior to these micro pitch events. So everyone that is participating in the micro pitch, you have an opportunity to attend Pitch Perfect. So March 12th is the first one, April 30th, September 3rd, and September 24th. That's micro pitch 1, 2, 3, and 4. That October 22nd one, that is a closed pitch session. That is for the people that are participating in the championship pitch event that will take place on November 5th. Everything is done on Zoom. We record that. We just like this, we will send that recording back so that you can refer to it later. And that's how Pitch Perfect works. Then we move on to the micro pitch. Again, I can't stress this enough. You must apply to pitch. There is a $50 deposit. That's where I was talking about you purchase your pitch ticket. It's a $50 deposit. For that, we limit each micro pitch to 10 pitchers. When you pitch, slides, props, demos, that is all allowed. You will pitch your business to 3 judges. We spend a lot of time focusing on who those judges are. We make sure that they understand startups. We make sure that they understand entrepreneurship, venture, angel investing. They know what it's like to write a check. You have 3 minutes to do that. So how you use your slides, how you use your props, how you use your demo, that is all on you. You have 3 minutes. We literally start a clock. Once 3 minutes is done, then we stop you. That is followed with a 2-minute question and answer period. At that point, the judges have an opportunity to ask their questions. So each judge gets to ask one question. They do that all in succession. Then we put 2 minutes on the clock, and then you answer those 3 questions. So what we're doing here is we're teaching you how to do that 3-minute pitch. That is something that is very, very common in terms of the duration when you're going to be pitching in the future. Then with the question and answer period, we're starting that to teach you how to answer those questions in a very concise, rapid way. If we didn't do it that way, typically what we see is answers will drone on and on and on. And the way that you address the question and answer period, we've seen people answer questions in a way that allowed them to become a winner. And we've also heard people talk themselves out of advancing. All this stuff is what is covered in Pitch Perfect. The top 3 advance to the final event in November. So here's the deal. If you apply, you do your $50 deposit. If you attend Pitch Perfect and attend the micro pitch event, we will refund you the cost of your pitch ticket. So it is free. The reason that we do this is, one, we want to make sure that you have a little bit of skin in the game. We need to make sure that you show up. Every single one of these micro pitch events, they all sell out. And then we typically will take 2 alternates in case there is someone that does not show up. But since every single one of them shows up, the last thing that we want to have happen is someone who is really serious about their business not have the opportunity to pitch because a slot was taken and they didn't show up. And having that $50 skin in the game, that has prevented most people from if things happen, we get it, and you aren't able to attend. But it can be scary. People get nervous. And if we did not have a little bit of skin in the game, then people they would drop out and they would not show up. And it's not fair to the people, because we will continue to take applications. We will continue to approve them. And once we hit the 10, then we cut the sales off. So this is, I can't stress enough, this is not something that it is a pay to play. We want you to attend Pitch Perfect because we stand behind that program. We're going to teach you the things that you need to learn. You're going to be better for it. We want to make sure that you show up, and if you hit those things, then it's free. So any questions about that, let me know. We will have a question and answer period at the end. These are the micro pitch dates. So again, these coordinate with the Pitch Perfect dates. So micro pitch 1, March 26th. And then we'll have one in May. We will take the summer off because we don't want to compete with summer vacations. It's a busy time of the year for everybody. We resume back in the fall. So September 17th and October 8th. At that point, what we will do is we will take the top 3 people from each of those micro pitch events, and then that will represent the top 12 pitchers of the year, and then they will all compete at the championship pitch in November. So again, I touched on the judges. We do spend a lot of time on selecting those judges because everybody loves this. Everybody loves this program. Everyone's like, wow, this thing changed my life. This is a matter of building community with one another. We really, really stress that when you all participate, help each other grow, help each other win. Everything is great until the competition, and then the reason that people did not advance is because it was the judges. So we spend a lot of time on the judges. So again, they have experience in venture capital. They have experience in angel investing. And we're really, really, we want to make sure that they understand what that early stage small business looks like. They want to see you succeed. and they're going to offer you assistance. They will often open up their network because they want to see you succeed. We are also really, really intentional in terms of who we pick, because since this is of the validation portion, we know the next step might be a 757 startup studios. The next step might be an accelerator. So what we'll do is we will invite directors of accelerators, directors of different organizations across Hampton Roads or across the state to be judges, so that, one, because they know what they're talking about, but two, we want to make sure that you have visibility in terms of who they are. And then we also want to make sure that judges have visibility on who you are. So that way, when you do apply and as your business moves forward, you already have, they know who you are, and they know that you're checking the right boxes that you need in order to continue your journey forward. They may or may not be the same judges from one micro pitch event to the next. What we do is we send out, just like what we did just in the previous slide, we send out the schedule, and then based on the availability of the judges, they will sign up and to participate to be a judge. The judges love being judges. So sometimes they're like, they just want to do all of them. They're like, I am going to make this a priority. I'm available for all of them. They're busy people, so sometimes we only get them once. Sometimes we might get them on the first and third. It's just, we just don't know how schedules fall into place. But once we do have those judges, they will all be listed on the website. And then I recommend, with that, we typically link those judges to their LinkedIn profile, so you can learn more about them, learn more about the organizations that they have, because this is the first step of what your journey is. The judges, they do have a rubric that they follow, and there are no secrets when it comes to the rubric. So it's very, very simple. What is the problem? What is the solution? Who is my market? And then your pitch performance. So it's those four things in the micro pitch. That is what they're looking for. We will cover that in great detail at the Pitch Perfect events. So that is another reason why we stress attending Pitch Perfect, because what if when it comes down to those first three areas, the problem, the solution, and market, a lot of times it will come down to what is your performance. So that can swing things one way or the other as well. The Start Peninsula Roadmap, what does that look like? So again, step one, apply to pitch, but you attend Pitch Perfect, you attend the micro pitch, and then that increases your chance to be represented in the championship pitch. You make it to the championship pitch. The rules there are that is the top three from the previous 4 micro pitch events. We have the top 12 pitchers. I had talked about that. This time there is no cost to pitch. However, you have to be present to win at the championship pitch event. Like before, slides, props, demos, all that is allowed. This time we will go from 3 judges to 5 judges, so the stakes are a little bit higher. 3 minutes to pitch, just like the micro pitch event. 2-minute question and answer period. Adds a little bit more difficulty in terms of you're going to have 5 questions that you need to answer as opposed to 3. The top 3 pitchers then will receive $5,000 in seed funding. We do not take any equity. It is just to help you. It's one, saying, hey, congratulations, your idea is validated. Here's $5,000. We know that it's just the very first step in your journey. Places 4 through 12, you will receive $500. I want to be really, really clear. Just because you are a top 3, if you placed in the top 3 and advanced in a micro pitch competition, that does not give you $500. And then if you were then to place in the top 3 at the championship pitch, that does not mean that you get a total of $5,500. It just means that the minimum, assuming that you pitch at the championship pitch, the minimum that you will receive is $500. The championship pitch is November 5th. I misspoke on the previous slide. November 5th, 6 to 8, held via Zoom. We keep all these events purposely very, very fast paced. We want to get through them quickly as possible, keep everybody's attention. Everyone is busy. We have stuck with the online version since COVID because it allows us to give more of the more prize money to the pitchers because we don't have to. There's not event rentals. There's not food. There's not beverage, and it also takes the traffic element out of it. So, and the feedback we received is that the pitchers and the judges, they all love the online format, so we stick with it. Open things up in terms of what the regional roadmap looks like, and how Star Peninsula falls into place and why this is so important. So step one, this is the place again to validate that business idea. Then you can move on to, you become very, very, you're a great candidate for an accelerator program. So we worked very closely with Black Brand, with Blair and Brian. Oftentimes they're judges, or we have someone from Black Brand as a judge, so that when you do apply to B-Force, the accelerator there, you're in a great position. We have 757 Accelerate. We have Lighthouse Labs that is located in Richmond. So this is, when I had mentioned 14 companies have gone on to participate in Accelerator, that it is by design because you have that validation. Then once you go through the Accelerator, you are in a great position then to go on to your seed round and your angel funding round. So perfect example of this just from last year. One of the companies was Roombrick. They participated in Star Peninsula. As a result, they moved into Reactor. Reactor is within the city of Hampton. That is a technology and business program so that they continue to sharpen their skills. Roombrick then went on to apply to Lighthouse Labs. It was just announced that they were accepted into Lighthouse. And as a result, they're already in the process of looking at opening up their seed round. So this is it's very, very intentional. You have to hit the steps in order to increase the likelihood of success. So we are helping that. Another aspect that we will always include is the Virginia ICAP program. ICAP is about customer discovery. So typically we'll always have a ICAP mentor or ICAP person as a judge, because again, we want to make sure that we are putting you in front of the people and in front of those programs so that you can continue to move your business forward. Some frequently asked questions. Does my business need to be a tech business? It does not. Again, we're looking for people to disrupt the status quo. We want those businesses that are going to be high growth. We want those businesses that are going to be able to scale and either generate a lot of revenue or hire numerous employees. Why do I need to pay for a pitch ticket? I hope that I was able to clarify that because it is something that is really, really important to me to ensure that this is not a pay to play. This is just really, we want to set everybody up for success. We do not want, and we want to make sure that everybody shows up that's going to show up, because again, every single one of these pitch events, they sell out, and we want to give everyone the opportunity to pitch their business that wants to pitch. Does it cost money for general admission to watch? It does not. We'll send that Zoom link out and we will open that up for anyone to watch. Since we've been doing this for many years, we've been able to, I know without a doubt, there are certain angel investors that are going to watch all of these events. And so I will receive emails from different accelerators, investment groups, as they are looking for opportunities to invest in companies, they will attend this. So keep that in mind when it comes to when you're pitching. Yeah, your primary audience might, right, for that instant, might be the judges, but there is also a secondary audience that could be investors. It could be people that are really, really supportive of the entrepreneurial community. And you could meet a co-founder. You could meet a potential person to join your team. You could meet a potential customer. There's so many people that will attend and watch these, and it will reside on YouTube, and then you're discoverable that way. Will I need to purchase a pitch ticket if I want to try a second micro pitch event? Yes, because we need to make sure that we track and we limit only to 10. So what I mean by that is, say you apply to pitch, you attend Pitch Perfect, you attend the micro pitch, and you just had a bad night. The slides didn't load properly. You stumbled. You just had a bad day. You didn't advance to the championship pitch, and you want to attend the second Pitch Perfect, or the second micro pitch. You're allowed to do that. And oftentimes people, they may not make it through on their first try. They may not make it through on their first year. We have seen people that have come back the second year and then have gone on to win. I will say that you will get out of this what you put into it. So if you keep on working on that pitch, you keep on just narrowing that down, and you come back, you will see that success. You will have an increased chance of success. The people that get upset and that they are discouraged, they quit, they throw in the towel, and they don't try to come back, those are the only ones that really lose. So yes, you can come back to a second micro pitch event, but you do need to secure that ticket so that we can make sure that we manage the 10 positions that are open. How is the pitching order determined? We do this in reverse order. So if you are the first person to purchase your pitch ticket, you'll be the last person to pitch. So we reward the people that purchase their pitch ticket first, and they go last. And the reason being is, like I said, we keep this thing really, really fast paced. We have to get through 10 pitches within a 2-hour period. And the judges, they have the rubric, they're taking their notes, they have their scorecard, they're doing their things. And then once it's done, they go off into a deliberation room, and together they come up with the 3 people that are going to advance. So in my opinion, there are some advantages to going last because you're the freshest on the judge's mind. So we reward the people that purchase their pitch ticket first. So if you're the last person to purchase your pitch ticket, you will be the first person to pitch. I talked about who is in attendance. So again, don't lose sight on who that secondary audience is. We've seen some really, really great things happen as a result. Gosh, this is such a popular question. Will someone steal my idea? Or we'll get the question of, I need an NDA. Well, we don't do that. Inventure does not do that. And angel investors don't do that. No one is going to steal your idea. This is a 3-minute pitch that is just an overview of, this is the problem, this is my solution, and this is who I'm going to market this to. Those are the first 3 things that you need to address. And no one is, even if they stole that idea, you have the insight, you have the passion, you have the knowledge, you have that secret sauce, and no one is going to be able to replicate that. Like I said, I have worked with thousands of founders throughout the course of the last 14 years. Even if I heard the best idea that I have ever heard in my entire life, I can't replicate that. I don't have the time. I don't have the passion. I don't have the know-how when it comes to like the intricate details to make something into what it is that you want to make it. So no one is going to steal your idea. We do not do NDAs. that comes much further down the line, and you shouldn't be sharing that kind of information in a 3-minute pitch to begin with. What do I get if I win? So again, places 1 through 3 at the championship pitch, $5,000, 4 through 12, $500 dollars. We continue to add to that prize package as we get supporters on board. I would anticipate that we will do the same thing this year as we've done in years past. So again, I mentioned ICAP. Typically, everybody will then be able to be fast-tracked into the ICAP program. So that is one of the things that you will win. Last year, for the first time in partnership with 757 Collab, they have a program called 757 Startup Studios, and they have programming that they offer within Startup Studios. So again, you're fast-tracked into that Startup Studios programming. Really, really key and beneficial to the people that participate in the start. And we'll continue to add different things, different prizes, if you will. We've done chamber memberships. We've done magazine articles. We've done we never know who's going to step up to the plate and offer different things. So we'll continue to add that as we get those, and we will add those to the website. I was approved to pitch. Does that guarantee that I will get a position? It happens every year. I was approved. I was approved to a pitch, and then they wait. All 10 pitch positions have been filled, and I have to. I'm sorry, but you should have purchased that pitch ticket when you were first approved, because again, I can't stress enough, this will sell out. So as soon as you're approved, go ahead and get that, secure your position so that you can pitch. Because then we'll just have to defer you until the next one. That said, we will not open up micro pitch 2 pitch tickets or micro pitch 3 pitch tickets until we finished whatever the previous competition was. We only do one at a time. It gets way too confusing in terms of who's gonna, from a logistical standpoint, who's doing this one, that one. So we only open them up whatever the current window is for the current micro pitch. All right, I do see a question. If I've completed a business accelerator program and still want to go through the Pitch Perfect process, so anyone can participate in Pitch Perfect, and there are times that we will have 30, 40 people that participate. So anyone has the opportunity to go through Pitch Perfect. And the magic happens when you do practice and you get that feedback. Primarily Gary and myself are the ones to provide that feedback, but everyone learns from one another. And so it's really, really a cool thing to go through Pitch Perfect. Is there any other questions that you all have? Happy to address those.
Can we just unmute to ask, or do we have to type?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious, if you've already completed or you're about to complete a program like ICAP, would you still suggest someone to do this? They seem like completely different skills. Pitching, and then ICAP really is focusing on customer discovery. Yeah, I'm just curious if that's still if you consider that to be something that you should do as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things of it's a chicken and the egg thing. So typically, if you were able to participate in ICAP first, then you certainly can still participate in Star Peninsula. It's just one less thing you have to do on the other end. I guess from an acceptance standpoint, it's generally a lot easier to be accepted when you can say, hey, I just went through Star Peninsula, and they already know that you exist, kind of thing. But yeah, you can certainly some people have done ICAP first.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Feel free to just unmute and ask your question.
I'll ask another one if no
Yeah.
one else has one. I'm curious about the reasoning behind opening up. It sounds like you open it up to the public, like the general public. Is most of the audience going to be more of people that know about these events and are looped into this sort of headspace of startup businesses, or could it be literally anybody that shows up?
Yeah, it could be anyone, but a lot of times we open it up because different like co-founders are who are not going to be pitching will want to attend. Family members. I mean, it's just so typically it's a pretty cool. It's cool. It adds a little bit of pressure in a great way, but really want to make sure that like other accelerators, they will listen in, and so we want to open it up to everybody so they can learn about the companies.
Okay. And then my last question before other people can ask, it's related to the stealing of the ideas, which I understand why don't get stolen and that no one can recreate your passion and no one can really understand your idea except for you, technically. What if you have large competitors in the realm that you're going for who the way that you want to do something theoretically they could if they knew about it do it, they just don't have the background knowledge to do it. Is that something, I mean, I guess if your idea gets stolen then maybe it wasn't the right idea, but I guess that's kind of a fear, because I know my competitors, and the
Yeah.
reason that I haven't pitched at all is because I'm trying not to let them know that this is something they could do. Is that something you've ever had happen to people? Have people ever had like issues in that realm or no?
No, we have not. And if anything, we've seen the opposite. We have seen people come from bigger businesses or established businesses and pitch ideas because bigger businesses are just so big and bloated and they can't move as fast and or they have no interest in going in that area.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, if anything, we've seen the opposite hold true.
Okay, thank you. That really, really helps.
Yep, you're welcome. Any other
Yet
questions?
completed,
Go ahead. I will say that this is how you can contact me, and this is how you can contact Start Peninsula, and also connect with us if you do have any questions. Uh, Hopefully, we see all of you at Pitch Perfect that will take place here in just a couple of weeks. But this really is the gateway into the startup ecosystem, if you will, within Hampton Roads. We're really, really proud of what we've been able to do. A lot of visibility that you will gain from across the localities, and I can't thank the localities enough for their support. Um, it's one thing to say that you support it. It's another to actually back it with with the funding in order to make this program into what it is, and to see companies go from just an idea with one or two people to then go on and raise millions of dollars of funding or have hundreds of employees several years later. It's super rewarding for me. And from a citizen of Hampton Roads standpoint, you are the next generation of business, and we need you. So please, I encourage you all to take advantage of this opportunity and participate. I'm happy to answer any other questions, or you can just shoot it over to me an email. If not, then I will give you back 13 minutes of your time, and maybe you can start your weekend. I don't know. Going once. Going twice. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend.